Welcome to the counterpoint. Slowly and gradually, UPA and in particular Congress is gearing up to face next Lok Sabha election. In the core committee of Congress in Delhi, there are few faces, Goan faces, who would play a major role in the entire campaigning and entire policies of the party. Former Chief Minister of Goa, Luisin Falero, is one amongst them. He is General Secretary of AICC and he is in charge of 7 northeastern states. We have with us Mr. Falero. Welcome on the counterpoint. First question: 7 years back, you were seen all on the newspapers in Goa, and suddenly you disappeared from Goa. Now you are in Delhi. Why is that you distanced yourself from Goa?
Well, let me confess to you, to leave Goa at that juncture was a very, very painful decision. But I'm very happy I took that decision because it gave me an immense opportunity to work for my party at the national level. Your total outlook changes. And I'm also happy that by the grace of God, I had a very successful tenure for the last 7 years. But more important than that, in whatever you do, there is appreciation, there is recognition, and there is respect.
But many of the leaders, they don't want to leave the state because they think that I belong to this state, I should do for this state, something for this state. And you suddenly went at a national level. You are not even in charge of Goa. You are not even interfering in Goa's politics or anything. Don't you feel that you have lost yourself, in the entire national scenario?
Well, on one hand, grateful to Congress President Srimati Sonia Gandhi for giving me the opportunity to work at a national level. On the other hand, you are right. 7 years, I have not interfered in the politics because I thought there are very, very senior leaders here with the vast experience in the Congress party. So they are looking after the state of affairs.
You went to Delhi with a hurt mind that you are being ignored in the party or something like that.
No, actually, I have got my roots in Goa, and I'm very proud of that. Whatever tenure I worked as a public representative, I feel they were the glorious years in my life. I remember whether it is a fight for the teen aspirations of Goa, like official language or statehood, or fight for ecology and environment. I brought, I don't know whether you're aware, in 1981, protection of trees bill, which was thereafter sent to select committee and brought in as conservation of trees bill, which is an act today. I had also brought protection of land bill that was against mining rejects and against sand extraction from the beaches. That was a big problem at those times. This bill I had to withdraw. Had perhaps that bill been passed, today the history of Goa could have been slightly different. But coming back to this, I remember my tenure in Goa. I was passionately involved, and that passionate involvement, there was a lot of commitment, and of course I had my own successes. And thereafter, suddenly when I had this invitation from Congress President, it was a very, very painful decision whether I should leave Goa, my people, wherein I have been so much passionately involved. But then I took the challenge of working at the national level, and it is altogether a different experience, and which I also cherish now.
You must have been observing Goa situation, Goa happenings from Delhi. Don't you get tempted sometimes that I should, go to Goa and tell these people, whatever you are doing is right, wrong. I should give my suggestions, I should give my advice, because you have been Chief Minister of Goa, then you became and you went to become a PCC president. You handled party organization and government both together also.
Initially, yes, I thought so, and I was trying to uh, bring in some whatever benefits which we could get from the center to the state. But I felt that our senior leaders were not very happy with that. For example, there was this Mhadei water problem. I brought the water resources minister over here, but nobody was ready to meet him. Finally, I had to just take him back. Similarly, many issues. And I was also advised through your newspapers and through media, Luis and Falero should not interfere for the next 6, 7 years. So I kept myself
So you took
aloof.
us very seriously. Okay, about this Mhadei issue, was it when Congress government was in power in Goa that Union Minister came and no one?
Yes, yes, very much. Very much. I had brought Mr. Vincent, he was Minister of State for Water Resources. Then I requested Mr. Philip Neri to accompany him since nobody was ready to meet him. I took him to this and then we processed the file to refer the matter as per the request of the Goa government to the National River Disputes Tribunal.
But doesn't it reflect on the state government's unwillingness to sort out one of the most important issue of Goa, that is Mhadei, that someone comes down to Goa and people are not ready to meet him?
Well, that is now history. Let us not talk about it.
Okay, one more thing. Goa is getting good representation in AICC. We have few of our leaders who are represented in AICC. What is the secret that suddenly Congress has found Goa leaders to be good and could perform at national level?
Well, it is number one, I feel your hard work, your commitment to the party, your involvement with the party, which is very important. Working at the national level is very exciting. At the same time, it is a great challenge. For example, I have looked after, besides the seven sisters, the seven northeastern states, I looked after Karnataka at the time of Karnataka Assembly elections. It was a very challenging time as a chairman of the screening committee and then as a member of the national level monitoring, coordination, organization committee. It was very challenging. It was very hard work. But I feel unless and until you put hard work, you get yourself involved honestly, you cannot get success. And I'm happy that I had good success. The party had a good success in Karnataka.
Congress has a senior leader this time, Digvijay Singh, is in charge of Goa. For Goa, for a small state like Goa, why is that such a big leader is made in charge? Is it because we have messed up a big time in Goa, something like that?
Well, for many people, maybe they feel Goa is a very, very small state. But Goa is also a very, very important state. Goa is not only a destination in this country, Goa is an international destination. And Goa is very important. And I feel there are two reasons. I don't know because it is a finally decision of the Congress President and Congress Vice President, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, to decide who should be there in charge of the states. But I feel that they also have given geographically, like Mr. Digvijay Singh is a very, very senior leader. He's looking after Andhra, where you know there is a lot of problems. He's looking after Karnataka, which is a big state. And since Goa also a side of it, so also looking after Goa.
Okay, when you are in Delhi, do you follow Goa's development? Do you read Goa's news or do you actually?
Well, I read it with great passion. Sometimes I am happy, sometimes I am disappointed. But that is that is the life.
Have you ever tried to put yourself in a situation like this when you have hardly 9 MLAs and you have BJP who actually swept the entire poll with MGP and they formed a government? What would have been your role as a leader of opposition if you were leader of opposition at this particular point?
I'm not at all surprised that we have got 9 MLAs. That is not an issue. When I was a PCC president, I was also leader of opposition. Everybody had deserted and we had hardly, I don't remember, 2, 3, 4, 5 MLAs. And I worked. I worked as opposition. I had been always performing my duties as a constructive opposition. Finally, we got a majority back because it's ultimately people who decide whether you should get a majority or not.
So number doesn't matter if you
I
are.
absolutely agree with you. Number does not matter. As long as you do your duties, your functions as a representative, as either in the government or in the opposition.
Do you think these past stories of Congress leaders deserting the party and then going for an absolute minority, then to a complete majority, would inspire the next this generation of leaders so that they can fight elections?
No, I feel, let me be very frank, I am not critical, but you ask me whether it will inspire the next generation, definitely no. Because we have to give a better example to the next generation because we want new leaders with new orientation, new responsibilities to come up in Goa so that you can take Goa to its past glory.
So don't find these leaders are like people with a proper orientation
No,
of.
I will not. I will not comment on the present leadership. We have got very senior leaders. We have got very experienced leaders. But you ask me about the future leaders. Yes, we have to create. We have to nurture. We have to support the young leadership for the state.
Do you see it happening because we have second rung leadership coming up? Maybe some of were your political rivals within the party, like Valanka Alem, father was your political rival within the party. Do you see them being rising up as a greater leaders in future?
Well, I will not comment on any names over here, but it is the duty of every political party, whether in government or whether in opposition, to nurture, to promote and protect young leadership with a vision, with a dream to take Goa forward.
How much importance does AICC give to these second rung leaders or young leaders?
You know, I will be very frank with you. You have to give great credit to our Vice President, Sri Rahul Gandhi ji, who for the last so many years, he had a dream to promote young leadership. So he saw that he took charge of NSUI, the students' wing, and he took the charge of the Youth Congress. And he appointed a special people to supervise the membership drive, the election process. So not only the children of the politicians, but mostly the new faces, young faces, the budding talent from the villages, from the remote corners of this country come into the political arena.
Next generation of Luisin Falro, they won't be in politics?
Well, as far as my family, I think you may be knowing when I was the PCC president, I also was the chief minister, and my son, Ravi Falero, was appointed as the national state youth congress president. My wife and everybody said, see, this is not fair, and he was asked to resign. So we follow certain this, and my son had submitted his resignation as per the wishes of my wife.
Do you expect other leaders also to follow the suit like that?
I don't know, it's up to them.